Hi guys, my name is Edna. If you are new here, kindly subscribe, comment, share, and like. So I've come to realize that most of us actually view my content but do not subscribe. I have a large amount of people who just watch the videos but don't subscribe. So please, if you're that person, kindly go back and subscribe to the channel. I think it's not fair, or it's not a good thing to just view somebody's content and fail to subscribe. So you people really motivate me a lot to make more videos. When I see that one subscription, 2 subscribers, 3 subscribers, that alone motivates me to make more videos. Judging from my previous videos, most people have been asking me what are some of the basic details or information that teachers need to know when thinking about coming to teach here in South America. So I'm going to make a 2-part video. So this is part 1, where I'm just going to give you the basic info that you need to have in mind as you prepare to find a teaching job here in South America, or to get to South America and actually teach. And then in the next part, I'm going to tell you about the websites that you can actually find job listings for teaching jobs here in South America. So what I need you to do is make sure you've turned on your notification bell, so that anytime I post, or the next time I post the video, you are able to watch the video as soon as possible. Yeah, so onto it. So I have let me see, I wrote them down. So I have probably 5 things, basic things that you need to know about how it is for you to get a teaching job here. So the first thing I was asked, or I've been asked frequently, is what are the jobs that are available here in South America? What kind of teaching jobs, or where do you teach here in South America? So most countries here in South America actually hire teachers in private schools, international schools, language centers, and also universities. So you can get to teach in a private school, or even at a university as a foreign teacher. So there is a demand for English teachers specifically, but some schools also hire other subject teachers. So it's not a must for you to be an English teacher for you to get a teaching job here. You can be I don't know, like a physics teacher, biology teacher, any other subject, you can actually get a teaching job. But mostly schools hire English teachers, mainly because English is not a first language here. So automatically they need English teachers to teach in the schools. So yeah, the second thing is, what are the requirements needed for you to get a teaching job here in South America? So mostly you require a bachelor's degree. So the bachelor's degree can be in any subject, but if you have it maybe as an education degree or English degree, that's a bonus. So a school can hire you with just your bachelor's degree. It doesn't matter if it's education related or anything related. just as long as it's a bachelor's degree. But if you have a degree in education or a degree in English teaching, something like that, that's a plus for you because you'll be easily employed by that. So if you have your degree, just know that you can actually get an English teaching job here in South America. Also, you need a teaching certificate. So a teaching certificate for an English teaching job, not physics or chemistry or biology. A teaching certificate that I am specifically talking about is a TEFL or a TESOL. Now, the TEFL or TESOL, actually, I pronounce it badly. So a TEFL or a TESOL is required mostly in language centers. Language centers, I mean is those centers that people go to learn English. So centers that teach English, only English, specifically English. So if you want to get like a teaching job in a language center, most of the times they'll require you to have a teaching certificate, in this case a TEFL. A TEFL in full is teaching English as a foreign language certificate. So you might need to have the TEFL or a TESOL. Now, if you have your bachelor's degree in maybe, for example, like my case, I have a bachelor's degree in education arts, specifically English and literature. I can get a teaching job in a private school. I can get a teaching job in an international school also because I have experience teaching in an international school before. But I can get, let's even forget about that. I can get a teaching job in a private school and in a language center too, because my degree is an education degree, an English teaching degree. So it's not a must for me to have the TEFL or the TESOL. But if you specifically want a language center and your degree is not education related or English related, English teaching related, you will need a TEFL or a TESOL. Okay. Now, another thing that you need is a clear background check. So you need to provide, like for us in Kenya, we call it like a good conduct, police clearance certificate, and such kind of things to show that you are able to teach kids, you don't have any criminal record, just things to do with safeguarding of kids. So you need that. That is a must. Yeah, so you need to provide that from the country where you are or where you're coming from. They need to give it to you so that you can hand it over to the school that wants to employ you and for you to get a job. Yeah. Also, you need an apostilled or legalized documents. So all your documents, the degree, in this case, if you need a TEFL, all those things have to be apostilled or legalized for you to get a job here in South America. Yeah, and we also have some schools require like professional experience. So some schools will need you to have experience teaching for them to give you a job. Others hire first-time teachers, so it's a good opportunity for anybody to actually get a job here. Another requirement is recommendation letters. So you'll need recommendation letters from your current workplace and your previous workplaces or place, depending on how many places you've taught. So the recommendation letters definitely have to be from the school or institution. They have to um, have like a stamp or something that shows like it's real. And you also have to keep in mind that once you get a school, the school is going to reach out to your employer to for them to give them a feedback concerning you. I think that's like a common thing. It happens in any field when you are getting employed. Like your new employer would want to inquire all the details about you from your previous employer. So that's how it works. Another thing is that some schools will prefer somebody with previous work experience, and some can literally give you a job even if you're a first time teacher. So most of the times it's all about luck. I'd say that because you might get a school that will just give you a job just like that. Maybe they've looked at your certificates, your documents. Maybe you've not even been a teacher before. Maybe you've done something else and they actually give you a job. So yeah, it just depends on which school, and yeah, that is it. So the key things is a bachelor's degree. That is the most important thing. Any field, it doesn't have to be education or English related or whatever the case, but have a bachelor's degree. But if you have it as an education degree or English teaching degree, then that is a plus. A teaching certificate, it's not important, but if you have it, it's a plus. A clear background check or good conduct or police check, something like that, depending on which country you are from. In Kenya, we call it a good conduct. We have apostille stroke legalized documents. We have previous work experience for some employers. Some do not really require you to have previous work experience. And then we have the recommendation letters. Now, some other schools will want you to have a medical certificate. So you will need to like go to a government hospital, have some tests run, and then they give you the document or certificate, then you send it to the school. Now, some schools won't ask you for that because at the end of the day, you'll come to the country and you will do the medical tests or examination. So, yeah, it depends with which school. And then, what else am I forgetting? Yeah, so some schools will actually want you to have your degree translated to Spanish. So you'll need to find a translator. I know of a translator, the one who translated my degree. So if you need that sort of help, just reach out to me. I can assist you with that. So some schools won't need you to translate your bachelor's degree, but some will. So it depends with which type of school it is. But I remember when I got an offer from the school that I'm currently teaching at, I was required to have my degree translated, and I got a translator from Colombia who actually translated my degree at a very small fee. Like it's not even expensive at all. I think it was around, if I'm not wrong, guys, I'll confirm. If you need that info, just reach out to me. But I think it was around probably $17 or 18, 17 to 20, somewhere there, if I'm not wrong. but it's not more than 20, 21, somewhere between 17 to 21 USD. Yeah, if I can remember well, but I can actually confirm for you so that I give you the exact amount. So it's not expensive at all. So yeah, so moving on to the next thing is which countries hire teachers, foreign teachers. So here in South America, we have Colombia. I'm in Colombia, so Colombia number one. We have Chile, we have Ecuador, we have, I hope I'm pronouncing it well. Yeah, we have Brazil and Peru, which hire sometimes, not most of the times, but sometimes. So yeah, and I actually know of someone who recently went to Guyana. I don't know, is Guyana in South America? Anyways, so yeah, so Colombia is specifically a hotspot for bilingual schools and private schools seeking teachers. So if you want to get a teaching job here in South America, check out those countries. You might actually land yourself a teaching job. Now, another thing is the peak season. So now, the peak season for you to get a job here in South America, mostly it's October to January. For August or February starts. Yeah. And then salary and visa basics. Okay. Now, this is like a very wide topic. Here, specifically here in Colombia, let me talk about Colombia because I'm in Colombia. Here in Colombia, the salary varies and it's not quite different as the salary being offered in other South American countries for expert teachers. So it varies a lot. And then it depends also with your experience and yeah, so it varies depending on your experience and the demand also and such kind of factors. So here in Colombia, the minimum salary that you should, the minimum salary that you would be paid to teach English specifically is 3 million pesos. Now, 3 million pesos mostly you'd get paid uh, mostly in language centers. Mostly language centers might actually pay 3 million pesos for you to teach English there. Now, when it comes to private schools and international schools, the salary goes way up to 8 million pesos and even 10 million pesos. Yeah, and bonuses and so many other things. So you might actually get a good paying job here. And the cost of living here is not that crazy as you compare to as you compare to maybe the US or other places. And the good thing also about teaching here in South America as an expert or as a foreigner is that the school will actually cater for your visa. So the school will process your work visa and everything else. But definitely you have to provide all those requirements that I've talked about, like your degree, police clearance, recommendation letters. So yeah, so your school will definitely most likely cater for your work visa, especially if they're getting you out of your home country. And then another thing, some schools, not all of them, some good schools will cater for your housing or accommodation for that case. So some will give you a house, they will pay for the rent. Some will actually give you a housing allowance in which they will add it to your salary now for you to, use it to pay for your rent. Some schools will pay for your utilities like electricity, water, gas, Wi-Fi, all those kind of things. Some schools, not all of them, some schools will cater for your flights to come and teach here. If it's a good school, it will pay for your flight. What else? Yeah, some schools also give like the crazy bonuses, like you get good bonuses at the end of the year or after some few months. Yeah, so that's how it works basically. Now the trick here is, if you happen to see so many job vacancies, teaching vacancies, only go for those that will cater for the most for you. Do not pick a job that will, for example, pay you a low salary and they're not even paying for your flight, they're not catering for your visa, or they're not even providing you with accommodation. So you must be very keen, be smart, only go for a, a job vacancy that caters the most for you. Now, some schools, now most of them actually will cater for your health insurance. Actually, they do cater for health insurance. Now, some schools will pay for your kids' fees, like 100%. Some will pay maybe 50% of your kids' fees. Like your kids will get to study in that school. That is what I mean. But now the school will pay 50%, you'll pay 50%. Some schools will pay 100%, so you won't pay anything for your kids. So your kids will just study for free, basically. And most schools, like the schools that I'm teaching at, you will have snacks in school, you will have lunch in school, very good food. In my school, we have very, very good food. Yeah. So mostly that is it. So now that you know the basics, but the real question here is, where can you get these teaching jobs? So we have a lot of websites in which you can go through and find teaching jobs here in South America. In the next video, I'm going to tell you about the websites and how you can go about that. Now, I offer one-to-one consultations. I'm going to attach my email in the description box so that if you have any question regarding this, we can schedule for like a meeting, and then we have the one-on-one consultation. Okay, guys. I also offer a premium CV template, which I charge at a small fee. A CV template that you can actually use to get a teaching job here in South America. So if you really want to level up, check in the description box and get all the information that you need. I'm also going to leave you a free guide that you can download to help you get started right away. So if you are serious about teaching in South America, kindly turn on the post notification bell, book the one-on-one consultation, check out the free CV template, ask any question that you want in the comment section. I'll respond to it. And yeah, I hope all of you actually get to come to South America. It's a very beautiful place, very beautiful people. You'll get to learn Spanish. You'll get to meet amazing people. You'll get to immerse yourself in the beautiful culture that is here, and so much more. So see ya guys in the next video. Bye bye.